Separation versus legal separation. In this video, we'll be sharing the difference between separation and legal separation. And if you stick around to the end, I'll pass on some information and some links you're going to need to help you with your legal separation. Hi, my name is John Mackenzie, and this video is just a general overview and is not intended to cover everything in regards to separation versus legal separation. And the information provided in this video is for informational purposes only and is not meant to take the place of proper legal counsel or financial or accounting advice. Any legal questions should be directed to a lawyer, preferably one in the area where you live, and for any financial or accounting questions, direct them to certified professionals as well. Now, let's get straight into the video. Separation. It simply means that you and your spouse are living apart, but you're still legally married until you get a judgment of divorce from a court. Now, you may be choosing to live apart while you decide between divorce or reconciliation. This can be the case even if you're still living in the same household. And realize, to separate, you don't need to file any paperwork with the court. While you're separated, all the same legal rules apply as when you're married. And separation does affect the financial responsibilities between you and your spouse before your divorce is final. This also involves the money you earn and the property you buy. These are likely to still be considered jointly owned by you and your spouse, depending on your state or country's rules about property ownership. Now, it might be a good idea to write up an informal agreement to tackle issues that surely will come up. For example, you'll need to decide how you'll budget your spending and whether or not you'll continue to share a joint bank account. Will you keep using joint-owned credit cards, or will you get your own? And which of you will leave and which of you will stay in the family home, as well as how expenses or bills will be shared. And if you have kids, you'll need to decide if one of you will be the primary caregiver, or will you be splitting time equally? And how and when will each of you spend time with them? To get some ideas of what you might want to discuss with your spouse in regards to these questions, you'll want to look at our separation agreement video. The information in this video can be very helpful and can be used for informal agreements in regards to your separation or legal separation situations. Realize that a separation does not automatically lead to divorce, and you as a couple might decide to reconcile, in which case you don't have to do anything in order to continue your marriage. Hi, my name is John Mackenzie, and welcome to Kingdom Principles. And on this channel, we'll discuss all things regarding marriage separation. Whether you're just going into it, or already separated, or separated and trying to save your marriage, or just finalizing your divorce, this channel is for you, your source of info on surviving your marriage separation. So if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. There's a subscribe button in the bottom right of the video. And click on the link in the description to get our free report on the 7 things not to do when going through a marriage separation. Okay, let's get back to the video. Legal separation is different. This actually makes a change in the legal status of your marriage. To get a legal separation in the country or states that recognize this status, you'll end up filing a petition with the court. And the legal separation occurs when the court formally declares you're separated. Not all states offer legal separation as an option, so it's important to determine your state or your country's laws. And legal separation does not always lead to divorce. Quite a few people choose the legal separation option instead of divorce. Sometimes it's because of a desire to keep the family together legally for the sake of the children. Or maybe because of the need for one spouse to keep the health insurance benefits that would be lost with a divorce. Or it could be a simple aversion to divorcing, despite the desire to live separately. Or sometimes it's because of religious beliefs. A legal separation creates a space between you and your spouse legally. It creates financial rules and boundaries that you're required to live by the court. You live separately, your finances are separated. child custody, child support, division of marital assets, debts, and spousal support are all ordered by the court. A legal separation is not the same as a divorce. When you get legally separated, you still remain legally married to each other. You cannot remarry. You must continue to mark that you're married on all forms. Now, depending on the country or state you live in, a child born to a married woman may be considered the child of the other spouse legally, unless proven otherwise. And if you die, your spouse still may have the right to inherit from your estate. Now, in some cases, a separation is required before you can get a divorce. Often, there may be a waiting period of 6 months or 1 year during which you live separately and apart, which would be necessary before you can get a divorce. In other states, a legal separation can become the grounds for a divorce, where you resolve all of the issues when you create your separation agreement and live under it for a period of time. And that agreement then converts to a divorce decree after a period of time. Now, a legal separation does not automatically lead to a divorce. You as a couple might decide to reconcile, in which case, in some countries or states, you may have to get paperwork done through the court modifying or changing the paperwork. And in some, you may not have to do anything in order to continue the marriage. You'll have to check with your local government or courts in regards to this. If you decide to go for the legal separation, whether in regards to being just legally separated or in preparation for a divorce, you'll need a separation agreement. Now, there's a lot of information needed for a separation agreement and lots of things you need to think about ahead of time, even before preparing for one, and especially if you're making a separation agreement without a lawyer. And this is one of the main reasons for having your financial house in order and your budget figured out, and even the separation of assets figured out before writing out or getting your separation agreement made up. Any mistakes made in your separation agreement could cause financial problems or hardships for years to come. And if you have children, you'll want to have your co-parenting agreement made up and signed as well, and included with your separation agreement. We will include links to the videos on both separation agreements and co-parenting agreements at the end of this video. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And click on the link in the description to get our free report on the 7 things not to do when going through a marriage separation. Our subscribe button is up in the corner, and please check out our videos.